All right, guys, so as you can see in the background, you can see that this is a Google search of Cornell Notes. So before you begin doing any kind of note-taking for me, I highly suggest that you go through and look and reevaluate your note-taking method. Is it working for you? If it's not, then try different styles to see if you can find the thing that is your best fit, best retention of notes. Because that's important. It's a skill you're going to need for college. So when we go through and we start to look, you can do the Cornell Notes up here at the top where my finger or the little pointer's at. And it talks about taking your note taking on the right and then your Q column on the left. Q column would be, hey, what terms did she cover? Do I know them? Can I define them? Can I discuss them? Can I go through and can I use those terms in context? Is there a diagram? Is there a math formula? Is there something that's going to tie into that I need to know, that I need to retain in my brain so that way I'm not going, oh, what was it? So that's one of those pieces that when you take notes, you've got to find out what method works for you the best. That would be one of those places, is to make sure that you're finding the thing that works for you. Now, if it works the other way of your little bit of information on the left, and if you're more an artistic person, putting your drawings that help to describe out what you're learning. Put it in pictures if that helps you build your understanding, and then put little notes around your pictures. Your notes I'm going to look at, but I'm not going to grade you on the fact of how, but on what. So when you're looking at those and I'm saying that you can't move on to lab until your notes are done, then if that's the case, then I'm going to be looking to see, okay, are you taking good notes? Are you writing down the key pieces? Never, ever, ever during notes should you be writing down stuff that you are fully, completely aware of. That is a waste of energy. Waste of energy. When you're writing down notes, it's the things that you're like, I don't know, or I kind of know. Those are the things that you need to go back and look at. If you need to link it to something you know, those types of notes should be very small and minimum. And say, kind of like in photosynthesis, if you know photosynthesis well. If you don't know what photosynthesis is, then you should be writing out how photosynthesis, what are its steps, what are its pieces, whatever, using that as an example. Always writing down what you don't know and kind of know. Don't waste your time in writing a bunch of stuff down that you're already like, okay, I get that. That's easy to understand. Don't spend your time and waste your time doing that. All right? Now, remember, as you're going through and doing notes, if you need to pause the video, pause the video. If you need to rewind and make sure you've got all the details, rewind and make the details. Also, with Cornell Notes, a big piece is to summarize. Can you summarize what you just watched? Can you summarize what you just read? So you guys will have a reading portion and you'll have a watching portion. When you summarize those, if those don't jive together, so if your summary of chapter 1 doesn't match some of my descriptions in my notes, that's when you and I need to have a conversation and we need to figure out where your gaps are. All right? If you're going through and watching this and reading it and you're like, a question pops in your head, those should be off to the side, and those are the things that you bring to class. So we can discuss those. That's where that kind of like, this made me go, those need to be in your notes. Explain this deeper. I didn't get this. How does this apply to that? Things like that. Those are the pieces that you should be going through and doing. All right? So remember, this is a part where may be new for you, may be a different way of doing things than you've done before, or you may have done this in the past and it wasn't as beneficial because of how it was done. This is where I am here for you. So I want to make sure that you guys are coming in, getting the help. Just because you watch it online, that doesn't mean and you're done. If you have questions, those questions are what I need you to bring to class. All right? Hope this is helpful, and I'll see you guys in class.